Lockett Show. Beauty from the cast of Unfinished Business.
Thank you.
Give us an opportunity to know you as a person as well as your character. Introduce yourself and your character.
Oh, hello. My name is Makaya Crudup. I'm an actress here in Houston, Texas. I've been acting for about 5 years now, mostly stage plays, and I am honored to be a part of this cast. My role here is Eve in the play, and Eve comes in as kind of a surprise.
Okay.
This character is kind of challenging for me.
Okay.
Miss Annie had me go real deep for this character.
Mm.
We're we're hitting mental health
Mhm.
issues in this play, and my character dives deep into those elements. So I don't want to give out too much,
Right, right.
but Eve, aka Ramona, has a lot going on, and you'll get to see it June 26th. But yeah, I don't want to give away too much because she.
Yeah, I understand, but let me ask you this. You mentioned that it was very challenging for you. Was it challenging because it's so different from your personality in real life, or is it because the nature of what that character is dealing with?
Uh, Both. It's challenging because it is different from me in real life, but it's not that different.
Okay.
Meaning, I think all of us struggle with some
Something.
issues, right? Some that it's not so bad that you don't have to go to a doctor. And
Okay.
I thank God that's not my case.
Uh-huh.
But I see where myself and people in my family might have similarities to Eve. And when you face a character like that, it's hard to admit.
Yes.
And
Okay.
so that and it's a hard role. This is probably the
Okay.
hardest role
Okay.
I've been given, just because it is so deep and it's a sensitive topic that you don't want to display it wrong. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so you talked about mental health. Um, a lot of people kind of shy away from talking about it,
Mhm.
putting it on the forefront. With playing this character and with this play centering around mental health, how has that impacted you as far as with community outreach? How involved have you gotten since, playing this role and bringing mental health awareness to the forefront?
I haven't gotten deep into that yet, but I have been. I know a gentleman that in that area, and I've been able to talk to him
Okay.
about the conditions that my character has. And so with that and diving into the character, it kind of helps me step back and to be a little bit more calm and sensitive and
Absolutely.
sensible to everybody, especially in the
Absolutely.
time that we live in now, where we just went through. Well, I don't even know if we're done with it yet, but the things that we went through, the pandemic, people
Yes.
changed and it shaped people in different ways.
Absolutely.
And so it helped me to just sit back and say, okay, they may not be seeing things the way that I see it, and vice versa. So
Absolutely.
it helps develop me as a
As
person.
a person. Well, thank you so much. It sounds like your character is a very serious character that's dealing with some underlying issues that's going to be brought to the forefront. So I'm excited to sit back and watch.
Thank
So I'm looking
you.
forward to seeing you.
Thank you so
But thank
much.
you so much for interviewing with us. Come on in. Come on
Hello, hello,
in. How
hello.
are
Hi, how are you?
you?
Hey, everyone.
Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your character.
My name is April Melody Rocks Dillard. I have been working with Miss Annie for about 10 years now. I've been doing stage for 10 years, and I've just started getting into the to film. I play.
Hold up one moment. That was too many names. Tell me. April, Melody, Rock, Dillard, Black, Johnson, and Smith.
my government is April Dillard, but when I used to do music, exec over at Universal actually gave me the name Melody Rocks, so a lot of people
Okay.
still know me by
Okay.
Melody Rocks.
Okay.
So I have to keep that in there,
There
so
you
they
go.
know exactly
That's
who I am.
signature.
So it's kind of like
Yes.
signature. But you guys can call me April. But if you call me Mel, that's cool too.
So tell us a little bit about your character.
I play the voice inside of Eve's head.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
It is. I don't. Well, it is a challenging character as well. Because I'm used to playing the Eve character.
Okay.
Um, as someone who not necessarily has dealt with hearing voices, but I have dealt with mental health as far as I used to deal with depression and anxiety
Okay.
really heavy when I
Okay.
was younger. And glory to God, God has delivered me from it. I haven't had no struggles, no
Oh,
residue, no
great. That's
anything of
good.
it. I give him
That's
the praise and all the
wonderful.
glory for that. But I do have a lot of family members who actually do hear voices. Like I have brother-in-law, I have
Hmm.
my sister who
Okay.
is, so playing this character, I'm really trying to get into it so that it ministers unto other people,
Yes.
because you'll be surprised how many people actually hear these little
Hmm.
voices in their head that actually lead them that way. Even talking to young youth
Hmm.
and everything like that, especially with our African American people, we don't talk about it
Absolutely.
because
Just sweep it under
we
the
don't what happens
rug.
at home stays at
Yes.
home. That doesn't happen to us.
Absolutely.
We don't. I grew up in a household where you couldn't talk about it.
Hmm.
Like, no, that's white people stuff. I'm
Hmm.
just being real about it. But that's what they would say.
Yeah.
And so I'm encouraging a lot of the youth and young people that I talk to, and people even on my job and in
Hmm.
healthcare, talk about it. It's okay to get help. It's
Absolutely.
okay not to be okay, but there are ways for you to be okay through
Yes.
God. And God has put counselors and people here on this
That's
earth to
awesome.
assist us,
Yes.
to get you through it.
Absolutely. I absolutely love your transparency. You mentioned that you yourself dealt with mental illness in the form of depression. Um, has being this character, playing this
Mhm.
role, were you ever afraid that it would take you back to that place? You know.
I don't allow myself to get that deep into the
Okay.
character. I
Okay.
ask God, I cover myself every day, because there are actors out there that dive so deep where they literally become this character
Yeah.
even in their outside
Exactly.
life, and it ends up
Exactly.
affecting them. Like the guy who played Joker, he couldn't shake it off
Uh-huh.
because he let it
He
come
got
into him so much he ended up committing suicide
absolutely.
behind it. But being someone who I'm really heavy in my faith, and I believe that God
That's
can
good.
use my experiences and things that I've had before to minister unto others. I'm not going to allow that to happen to me, because I was one who actually killed myself and God brought me back. It was that deep. So
Wow.
I don't struggle with
Yeah,
that.
I mean, to be in this place is simply amazing, and we are looking forward to, seeing your character come alive on stage. And so we want to just thank you so much for taking this opportunity to interview with us.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Come on in, come on in.
Hi.
We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. Here you go. We're gonna keep this going. Now, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your character.
Hello, I'm Paige Nicole Payne. I'm from Houston, Texas. I started acting at Rochelle Sterling High School when I was 15 years old. Went to Prairie View, and I'm under my acting coach, Charnel Brown. I'm playing the character Clara Wright. She's a mother. She's lovable. She has a secret that she's been holding in for a long
Mm-hmm.
time that she thought she probably would take to her grave, and when it actually comes out, is she doesn't know what to do.
Wow.
So,
How
and
does this character relate to you? Does it?
it
Or is
relates
it?
to me because I'm glad I'm in this production simply because it does deal with mental
Mm-hmm.
illness, and I'm bipolar schizoaffective disorder, so that's my mental illness, and I used to be ashamed, scared, terrified, afraid of what people thought of me, but now I'm not scared. I'm opening up and I'm
Right.
sharing with others my testimony, my story, what
Absolutely.
God has brought me through,
Yes. Yes.
and I'm dealing with it. Yes, I am on medication that I have to take for the rest of my life, but it's not stopping me from being productive and
Right. Right.
proactive.
Right.
So that's why I'm glad I'm a part of this
Yes,
production.
and I think that's important for so many people to know that it's okay.
It is
As long as you open up and get the help, it won't stop you from living a productive life
productive
and
life.
doing the things that you desire to do.
Exactly.
So I absolutely think you are truly a spokesperson, for so many who are hide behind the illness.
Yes, ma'am.
So, talking about mental illness, what would you say to the listening audience, to our viewers, as this play relates to, mental illness?
When someone tells you that they need to talk, they're feeling a certain way, don't just brush it off. Listen. Listen to what they have to say, because you don't know what's in their mind, what's going on in their head, because everybody is not the same. I like going and tell everybody my story because somebody may be moved, may
Yeah.
be touched, or may be going through the same thing that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I didn't want to deal with it because the doctor told me I had to take this medicine for the rest of my life, and I would be on it and get off of it. I've been in several psych hospitals, but I've learned that I have to take this medication for the rest of my life to be productive, and it hasn't stopped me from acting.
Absolutely.
God has blessed me, and He's bringing me forward, and I have my parents that have supported me through all this, and I'm just grateful to God that I'm still here and I'm still alive.
Well, we definitely want to thank you bringing awareness to the forefront. I think that's very important. But we are excited to, watch you on stage.
I'm
And
excited
I'm
for you
looking
all to come
forward
see it.
to it.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
thank you so much for taking this time to interview with us.
Yes, ma'am. See y'all Sunday, June 26th.
So listen, you guys, I can't imagine you guys not knowing this by now, but hit stage play Unfinished Business, June 26th here in Houston, Texas. I encourage you, if you have not already gotten your ticket, to please do so. You are going to be missing something that's so special. As many of the characters mentioned, we are trying to bring this to the forefront, mental illness, because it is something that needs to be brought to the forefront and talked about and shed light on. So please come get your tickets, sit in on this. But hey, we have more great stuff coming. I'm Lady Kazee with the Christina Lockett Show.